And sync the video. Cool. Hi, Symphonic Band. This is me giving you a quick speech about All Conference on Monday. I'm super excited. Like I've said a bunch of times, normally I give a 40-minute speech at some point the week before, and I didn't want to do that because I just wanted to play with you all week. So here's my 40-minute speech that is definitely not going to be 40 minutes. So this is my talking points in no particular order. So here we go. The call time is 9:00 a.m. at Irondale High School. It's important that you're there and that you're there on time. Some of you like to be late to things. It's disrespectful not only to your bandmates and me for you to be super late, but disrespectful to everybody in the conference. We're trying to do a thing and everybody's expected to be there and hear that first band. So you need to be there to hear that first band. So be there at 9 a.m. And our homeroom is room 114, so you can write that down or whatever, but there'll be people that'll tell you where to go when you walk in. There'll be Irondale students to guide you and things like that. So head to the Roseville Band homeroom, drop your instrument and whatever else you've got with you. You'll pick up a day program, which looks like this thing here. This is the cover. You've got all this. You'll have a paper copy of this whole thing telling you what everybody's playing and what the schedule is. And then I also want to point out down at the back of your program, this is why you bring a writing utensil, is the listening forms. So as you're listening, just take some notes about each performance, and this is what you're turning in at the end of the day. You'll grab that and something to write with, and you'll head to the main gym, which is where bands are performing all day. And you'll see what the schedule looks like this, where we've got the bands are all performing right there, and the choirs are performing here, and the orchestra in the other gym there. So we are spending most of our day here in the band area. You're just listening, being respectful. You've got no phones out, and you're not talking, you're not moving around during the performance. You're just listening to them play, and then you're listening to the clinic afterwards. When every band is done playing, Dr. Leonard from the University of Minnesota will be giving them a brief clinic and just talking to them about their performance and how to get better. You are also an incredibly respectful listener during that part of things. Reminder that you're responsible for your own transportation. So hopefully you've got a plan for that. If you don't have a plan for that, text an officer. We shared their numbers, or Snapchat or something. And if you really have to reach out to me, then reach out to me and we'll figure you out. Reminder to bring your own lunch. There is not no lunch being served there. They probably have some concessions, but it's not going to be like meal type stuff. And you are not leaving to get lunch, and you are not ordering DoorDash or anything like that. Absolutely not. Again, there's probably going to be some yo-yaks that escape campus and go get some lunch, or there's going to be some people that try to do some DoorDash or something like that. If everyone did that, it would be a disaster and not good. So if not everyone can do it, then we can't do it. So please don't be the person that thinks that you're above everybody else and messes with that. Just bring your own lunch. As you'll see on the schedule here, we've got bands all day there. The Symphonic Band warm-up is during this break here at 11:30. That's when we'll gather at our homeroom real quickly, get everything out, get everything ready to go, and then we head to the performance space. So make sure you're headed to that space at 11:30. I did make a note here during the 11 o'clock time slot. I would love for you to listen to White Bear Lake, because their director, Miss Anderson, is one of my favorite humans in the world. And it's a good band, and we like to take care of each other. But it would be an okay time of the morning to take a break. But then we quickly gather at 11:30 so that we can get shipped over to the warm-up room. And then from the warm-up room, we head right on to quote-unquote stage in the gymnasium, and we'll do our performance at noon. The thing you should be doing all day long is listening to bands. That's your default position. If you're not sure what's supposed to be happening, you're in the main gym listening to bands. There are a couple of times on the schedule when you should be somewhere else. Obviously, you should be here when our orchestra is performing at 10:30. If you're in orchestra, you should make sure you catch the warm-up time that we've got there at 10 o'clock. So definitely pay attention to your warm-ups. And then everybody's going to go listen to our choir there at the end of the day at the 2:45 time slot. Other than that, you are in the band hall all day listening to bands. It's really important you stay until the end. There's over the years, the last performing group of the day tends to have smaller crowds because everybody's escaping early and they come up with an excuse because of sports or other things. We don't want that to be a small crowd, especially because it's our choir performing there. Do not leave early. You stay and support our choir. They do the coolest stuff at all conference. You don't want to miss it because they're our friends, but also because they're freaking awesome. I've said it a couple times, I'll say it again, that we are the model of respect at this event. We're not strolling the halls, we're not hanging out in our homeroom, we're not on our phones, we're not trying to get up and leave during the clinic when the clinician is talking. We are awesome listeners. We are the model of respect all day long. So I take that seriously, and I know you will too. In the homeroom, it's just a classroom in someone else's area, so so treat it nicely. Don't eat your food in there. You eat your food in the lunchroom, but also don't leave any valuables there. There's a ton of people at this school. There's something like 1,000 musicians wandering around and stuff. So keep your valuables on you all day, and but also take care of that space. Keep your day program on you all day long. Like I said, you want a writing utensil and your day program. First thing you should do is put your name on it, and then at the end of the day, you'll leave it on a desk, which will make a pile of them in the homeroom, so that I've got them and can flip through them when we're done. Just a couple of thoughts during performances, some things to think about. One, don't obsess over who is the best band or best orchestra, best choir, or whatever. I know I talk about it, and it's inevitable that we think that way, but don't worry about like, oh yeah, we could do that better, or that person or that better, or whatever. Really think about what are they doing that's good. We're a bunch of band kids playing band music, and that's awesome. And some moments will be great and some will not be great, but there's going to be something good every single time someone's up on that stage. So think about what's good that's happening. Think about what you like. I would like you to attend bands all day, but if there is some reason that you want to see a choir or an orchestra from another school, you should go ahead and do that. That's totally okay. Students from other schools will often, like I said, end up hanging out in a homeroom or hanging out in the cafeteria for a while and just like, I can't listen anymore. We don't do that. We listen and support other musicians from other schools all the time. So please be in a performance site all the time. I guess my last point is just like remember all of your stuff logistically. Remember your instrument and mouthpieces and reeds. I think we have our music packed up, but if for some reason you think you might not, then double check that. I'll be here Monday morning, probably until 8:30 because I have to load up some orchestra instruments. So you've got time to get in here. You're excused from the whole day of school, so you can roll in at 8 o'clock and grab whatever you need, and then still have time to grab your Starbucks and get over to Irondale High School. So just really double check that you've got all your things, and make sure you're in concert attire. Maybe I forgot to mention concert attire. Concert attire all day long. We're wearing all black just like we do for a concert. There's not time to change and there's not facilities to change. So please make sure you've got concert attire on all day long. I think that'll do it. We're gonna have super fun. I've loved this week of rehearsals and I can't wait for it. So we'll see you soon. Have a good day.